You open an AI tool, type in a basic request, and wait. Instead of a targeted resource, you get a sprawling, generic wall of text that is completely unusable in a real classroom. Type "write a lesson plan." Instantly, it expands into an endless, featureless gray document. These systems act as mirrors, reflecting the exact clarity you provide. When that document collapses back to your initial request, the real problem is visible. This is the old computing rule of garbage in, garbage out. Receiving a poor response is a structural failure of your prompt, rather than a technological flaw in the system. To achieve professional-grade results, we have to stop communicating with these platforms like search engines. We must start programming them with strict constraints. The precise architecture for building these constraints is the Ryzen framework. It stands for role, input, steps, example, and next task. Look at this diagram for R, role. Assigning a specific professional persona filters a chaotic cloud of data down to an organized cluster. I is input. Strict context sets boundaries. These parameters physically lock the data into a confined, targeted area. Look at this image of a massive factory complex. If building a historical unit, this establishes the overarching industrialization of society as our era. But our input needs a human element. We narrow the focus specifically to the effects on child laborers, seen here as barefoot boys operating dangerous machinery. Look at the heavy gear and soot-covered faces of these young breaker boys. The lesson must convey the dangerous reality these children navigated. By combining a defined role with specific input materials, the AI cannot generate a generalized historical summary. It is forced to address the exact human stakes at the required academic level. The S is for steps. Watch this lesson form as 3 blocks locking together: source analysis, video, and assessment. Vague requests bounce off. The E is for example. A reference document creates a wireframe mold over the steps, reproducing your layout. Think about the next resource you need to build. Mentally map out the exact role, the specific input, the literal steps, and the example document you will use to generate it. While your role and input gather the correct facts, your steps and example are the mechanical functions that guarantee the information is formatted perfectly for immediate professional use. The final pillar is the N, which stands for next task. It addresses the common mistake of treating AI interactions as single, disposable transactions. Look at this diagram. Instead of stopping, you use chaining. The system remembers the original lesson. You use that solid block as a foundation, branching outward into a network of secondary materials. You instruct the system to extract the newly filtered data and build a 5-question exit quiz. With the next prompt, it generates a targeted marking rubric to match the exact tasks it just created. All of this architectural precision relies on one indispensable factor: your domain expertise. If you lack foundational knowledge of the subject matter, you cannot verify if the structured output is actually accurate or pedagogically sound. The Ryzen framework amplifies your existing knowledge. It transforms an unpredictable text generator into a precise virtual assistant, drastically reducing the time it takes to build highly effective resources.